So today we are starting up a game that admittedly grabbed my attention because the main character is a mouse, but not your traditional cartoon mouse. You can see right there, he's got a little bit more of a realistic build for a mouse, and he's placed in a realistically detailed world. And that just piqued my interest to see this game going for realism, despite the fact that the main character stands on two legs and wears a hat. And he's not in a human world either. Rather, the world is, well, mouse-sized. This is Ghost of a Tale. It is an indie game. It is a stealth game. It is a game that I'm starting up right now because that's about all the introduction we need to it. I am also playing this on the Nintendo Switch. Worth mentioning that. Glad it released on Switch because I have no way of playing it on other platforms. Sure, it's on PC, but my PC was not going to be running this game. In the beginning was the green flame, a force without conscience, consuming all in its path. The creatures of the world fought back, but one by one they fell, only to rise again as puppets of the emerald fire. It was the rats alone who stood and fought, until at last, at Periclave, the green flame was extinguished. Mara. Mara, where are you? And just like that, we are in the game. And just look at this game. Just look at this character. He's all short and pudgy. And look at the detail of the texturing. This is not a cartoony game. I find this sort of realism very interesting. I would not mind living in a world like this. Assuming that the world was safe enough. That is kind of a prerequisite. And look at our character here. He's so cute. I love that he's even got the whiskers. And look at his ears move. You can definitely see why this game got my attention. His animation's pretty neat. He can also run on four legs. Briefly, you got stamina in this game. Let's start investigating some stuff. There's no time to sleep. Oh, and speaking of animations, when there's something nearby, he tilts his head. That's so adorable. You stood before the Baron, your wife Mara at your side. He bid you play the poisoned cup, and you know then this was not for his amusement, but a test. And so play you did, but from Mara there was only silence, and a look of such defiance. He moved to strike her, the Baron, and you cried out and went to her, and then darkness. How many days have passed since then? In your heart you know she's still alive, and that you'll one day find her. Until then, all you have are these flowers, your memories of her, and a question. Why? So, our mousy friend here is a musician of some sort. Oh boy, definitely dark in this cell. All we got are a couple of torches and sunlight filtering in. Your health is low. Press minus to access your inventory and eat. Alright. Oh boy. We got a lot of stuff in this menu. Here you can also find information about quests and lore. Well, first things first. No candles left. I guess that's my inventory. Ears, head, face, chest, waist, legs. You can equip things on your ears? It's worth mentioning, by the way, that I am playing this blind, so that'll be fun. Here's my clothes. Okay, first things first. Tools. Candlestick. A small candlestick made of pewter. The candle is missing. Clothes. We got the minstrel hood. Your humble minstrel's hood. Minstrel rope belt. A simple belt made of rope. Food. Apple. A sour apple. Mushrooms. A sprout of mushrooms. I'm going to start with the mushrooms since that is what I picked up. We don't know how much it heals. Maybe we learn after we eat it. Oh, there we go. Healed 8 HP. I'll save the apple for a bit. Books. Costume book. Your book of characters and their costumes. From your inventory, a costume can be equipped or unequipped at the press of a button. Minstrel. The garb of a minstrel is simple, yet not austere. The hood was crafted by your own paw, under the guidance of your master. Every minstrel is required by their guild to wear. That's all we got so far. Songbook. Your songbook written and compiled over years on the road. Are we going to be playing songs? The maiden wouldn't sing. A tale of a minstrel and a maiden, both imprisoned by a cruel baron for refusing to perform. I can only imagine what inspired by this song. No idea what the melody is. Sing the poisoned cup, for to hear it I demand, barked the baron from his throne to the maiden down below. Oh, please, Mira, my love, do as asked, it matters not. You need not mean it, do you not? Implored the minstrel to his doe. But the maiden wouldn't sing, and her silence grew so loud that a clamor to chastise her rose like thunder through the crowd. Oh, we got more than one song. Heaven in a Bottle. A drinking shanty popular with rogues and pirates, responsible for the deaths of more pirates than the gallows. The song? The waves may crash, the ship may sink, and every one of us might drown. The pirates call the sea the drink, so raise a glass as we go down. With sunder crabs we'll have a tipple, and steal the fish king's pearly cup. With shapely mermice wet our whistle, till top is down and bottom's up. It'll be very interesting if we actually encounter mermice. In regards to what is responsible for the deaths of more pirates than the gallows, Maddie says, not the song, Heaven in a Bottle, booze. I do not recommend drinking that much. The Poisoned Cup. This is a song that our mouse character was supposed to sing. I think? Yeah. A lay that recounts the shameful actions of the mice during the War of the Green Flame. For 14 days the Emerald Fire lay siege to Royal Pesa's spires, and the distance black smoke billowed as wheat fields burned like funeral pyres. The mice had sworn to hold the pass, vowed till their allies would amass. They would not waver from the fight, but courage failed them at the last. And so before the horde was laid, a goblet carved of finest jade, a tribute to the green flame's might, in hope its ire could be assuaged. something. But their treachery was for all for naught. There was no bargain to be bought. The goblet was a poisoned cup, and from its sorrows flowed. There's a bunch of songs. The rat with two tails. I bet we will meet such a character in this game. A raucous lay recounting the misadventures of an over-endowed rat in search of pleasure. Okay then. An Imperial galleon set course for... Is that an I or an F? Ficord? With green Ariane of the Badgers aboard. When 2 days from port in a terrible storm, its mast broke in half and the mizzen was torn. But the vessel was saved by the rat with two tails, who stopped them from running around on the shales by hoisting Her Majesty's knickers for sails. The rat with two tails, oh, the rat with two tails! He saved Ariane from those terrible gales. He may not be a badger, but he's certainly male, and she'd not known true love till the rat with two tails. Maddie thinks that's a J up there. Jaccord. I can see it. Alright, that's all the songs. Mara's book. A book of pressed flowers that evokes for your memories of Mara. And that's that page we found. Alright. Miscellaneous. Your loot. Your trusty loot. The tool of your craft and one of your most prized possessions. It was carved by your master's master from driftwood gathered along the shores of Lake Valia. Figurine of your child. The figurine of your infant son, Bren. I hope your child is okay. Bren's Lutka is stained black with ash. That's foreboding. Red rose, a fragrant red rose. The rose's scent reminds you of Mara's grace. Its thorns, however, remind you of her wit. This is going to be one of those games where I keep mixing up buttons like in Pokemon Legends, isn't it? L and R to scroll through these menus, Z, L, and ZR to scroll through these menus. I didn't inspect this, by the way. The candlestick is stamped with the mark of Hallen Tupple, a famous mouse pewterer. Minstrel Hood. You made the minstrel's hood yourself under the guidance of Master Llewellyn. It's fastened with a silver button, a gift from Mara, the pattern on his face worn smooth with age. It's said the bell of a minstrel's hood is muted to show that a minstrel understands the importance of silence as much as song. In truth, the sound is extremely annoying, so most minstrels take the bell's clapper. So it's got stats attributed to it. Kiba's wondering how many times I've played through this, or is this blind? This is blind! My first time playing through it. Minstrel rope belt. The belt is a simple length of rope, carrying your purse and holding pouch. The pouch, which you bought at a market in Thosa, is curiously capacious, able to contain items far larger than its size should allow. Well, it is a video game. Inspect the apple. A variety of apple native to this region. Colorful, tough, and sour like the farmers that grow it. Costume book. Hope you don't mind as I investigate all this stuff. I like doing this sort of thing. Learning about the world and the stuff that I have. Costume book. A minstrel will sometimes perform in the guise of a character from their song, be it the hero or the villain of the tale. This book describes the items of clothing required to complete each of Tilu's costumes. Alright, I will write that name down. Our main character is Tilu. Songbook. The binding of your songbook has been damaged, a number of pages torn out. Many of the songs contained herein are traditional lays, generations old and belonging to no creature, while others are compositions of your own. Mira's book. This book contains flowers dried and pressed between its pages. Each is a memory of Mira, one of the moments that led to the day you first met, and all of the days since. The blank pages await the days that will pass once you are together again. Alright, that is everything there. Quests! Flowers for Mira. 17 roses in the game to collect. Completed quests? None. Skills? I like the paw print icon. So we gain skills and levels in this game, and also renown? And we don't have any lore yet. Keep us wondering if this is downloaded or physical. This is downloaded. I sadly did not know that this game was available physically until after I already bought it downloaded. The basin's empty. Apple core. The remains of a sour apple. Brown, yet still edible if you're willing to ignore the bite marks. Might as well. The grate is cemented into the stone floor, and that message went away automatically. But I'm assuming that I'm not entering that. The bars are cold and unmovable. A new page has been added to your flower book. Page 2. The last village lay 2 days past, and you sensed Master Lulin would not survive long enough to reach it. So you laid him in the band cart and hurried on, a young minstrel apprentice all but alone in a kingdom you'd known only in song until then. On you went towards the hills, down rutted lanes, through fords, onward until the way grew steep and slippery with moss and rain. And there, beyond the ridge, among fields of flowers, was a village, Hamel, an island in a golden sea. That sounds pretty. I assume a golden sea of wheat. Hey there, Beerforce, welcome to the stream. Looking around for anything else. More mushrooms. Oh yeah, I also saw a plus 25 whenever I grabbed those flowers. That is my renown. First things first. Bread. Made of potatoes and chalk. The pauper's loaf will leave one's stomach feeling full, whilst providing almost no nutritional value. Sounds delicious. Mysterious message. New quest, jailbreak. Meet me at the top of the watchtower. Cover your tracks and move unseen. And we got a cell key. Okie dokie. Time for an escape. Oh. I should also mention, you probably notice how things are kind of quiet. This game is relying a lot on ambience. There's no music playing right now. If I go into my options, I'll go ahead and bump the audio up to max real quick so you can kind of hear what the ambience is like. Some water dripping, noise of wind blowing through the dungeon, and you can hear your footsteps. It certainly made audio balancing this game for the string a bit tricky. I am erring on the side of caution and setting the master volume down to here because we got louder sounds like the doors opening, and I don't want those sounds to be too loud. Also, I'd hate to point out something negative about this game so early on, but on the Switch version at least, going to video changes your brightness temporarily, but when you die, the brightness glitches to the darkest setting every time, or when you reload your game. So I'm avoiding that option. Controls, basically what you expect. There's a map? Let's see if we can actually open a map. You don't have a map of your current location. Yeah, I had to play a little bit of it just to figure out the audio balancing. I didn't play too far, though. Photo mode. So, here's a thing that's definitely interesting. Going into photo mode. Let's see, I'm just going to move my camera out this way. This is going to come in handy. Let's see here. Cell manifest. Name Tilo. Profession minstrel. Offenses. Acts of sedition. Oh, treasure. Somebody is calling me. Hello? No. I'm a little busy right now, actually. Oh. Well, you'll have to tell me more about it later. Bye-bye. Well, okay, bye. "80-year-old grandmother." And because she's 80, that's why I am not turning off my phone. The phone call might actually be important. Alright, sackcloth hood, candle florins, and fire steel. You put a new candle on your candlestick. Alright, let's take a look at this stuff. Is there a limit to this? Well, let's see what happens if I equip it. There might be a limit to it. Certainly does brighten things up. Yeah, Key was pointing out it has a wand on it, probably melts, so let's unequip it for the time being. We'll use it when we need to. At least now we know how it works. Fire steel. When struck together, your flint and fire steel create a bright spark of light, capable of lighting candles and lanterns. Alright, we got new clothes. Sackcloth hood. A simple Hessian hood worn by all young mice on the road to Pesa. No mouse would willingly remove their hood. How many other journeys have ended here? In other words, somebody died. Okay, the red stats tell me that equipping this would actually be kind of bad. Or would it? I don't know. You can't unequip your minstrel hood. Well, let me go ahead and equip this. Let's get into the light. Oh, I like how floppy these hoods are, too. And they even went the extra mile and put ear holes for the hood. That said, this seems to be the better piece of equipment. I heard something nearby. Somebody's nearby. You have attracted a guard's attention. Quick, go to the chest and hold the ZR+A to hide. Don't forget you can hide in many different places. Don't look in here. Let's see, quick save? Alright. So those are the guys we're going to be avoiding. What else have I found? I think I found some other stuff. Right. Mysterious message. A mysterious note written in Meridian, your native tongue. The message is written on a scrap of thin, waxed paper of the kind used by the Rat Guard to send official messages between their outposts. I'm betting the message was not by that Rat Guard. Candle. Candle is made from beeswax, taken from the brood comb of the hive and full of impurities. Oh, of course, we got the cell key. Nothing about this item strikes you as unusual. It's unusual that I got it. You can run really fast on all fours. Hold ZL to sprint. The fact that you run on all fours is definitely neat. You are definitely a mousy mouse. It looks like also stamina is tied to how much your health is at. Oop. Did I grab the bug? I just did. It's food. Known about these parts as yellers, these bugs are fairly common and rather tasty. Well, we are playing as a mouse. Grain. For mice, grain is measured in sacks and rascals. The amount of grain represented by a sack should be self-evident. A rascal is the amount of grain a mouse can cram into their mouth whilst still being able to run 200 yards without pausing for breath. That's funny. Stick. A sturdy branch well balanced for throwing. Breaks with a sharp crack. Can be used to create a distraction or dislodge an item from its perch. Hi! Old pirate frog. Ferret's balls! What do you think you're doing, Mousy, barging into my cell uninvited? Do you know who I am? Read footnote. Ferret's balls. Ferrets are renowned for their wedding festivities, which involve magnificent balls often danced at a breakneck pace. Oh, dancing balls. Because I have no idea. I'm sorry, I lost track of what the conversation was. Do you know who I am? You don't know your own name? No. Wait. Carol Red Whiskers. That's it. Carol Red Whiskers. At least I was. Navigator of the Lake Witch. Under Captain Otto Powderkeg. Fun names. A stocky barrel of a rat with a short fuse, Captain Otto Powderkeg, I can understand his name, was captain of the Lake Witch, a galleon that for more than a dozen years terrorized the merchant ships that ferried goods between the 5 great ports of Lake Valia. It's said that he'd wax his tail and set it alight before going into battle, and it was this that gave him his name. That sounds painful. Captain Powderkeg gained notoriety for his crimes and fame from the handsome wanted poster which he himself had printed up and distributed in order to bolster his renown. The captain was finally captured when his ship wrecked against submerged rocks just off the eastern shore of Lake Valia near Dwindling Heights Keep. The cause of the wreck was never established and will likely remain a mystery, for once the doors of Dwindling Heights closed behind him, the captain was never heard of again. The cause of the wreck was never established. 1 second earlier, when his ship wrecked against submerged rocks. 1 sentence earlier, I mean. So, you've come to rob me, have you, you little scrunt? I'm gonna keep reading, A word too rude to define. Of course not. 2 things I can't stand. The smell of mice and the smell of lies. What'll it take to get your stink out of my cell? Tell me, was it you that helped me escape my cell? What do these chains tell you, Mousy? Does it look like I could help you escape? I imagine there's a lot you don't know. Har! Please, I need your help. Is that right? And what's in it for me? Perhaps I could try and find the key to your chains, set you free. Free? Why would I want to be free? Being free is good, got me put in here in the first place. Well, that and the piracy thing. No, I've got everything I need right here. Damp air, all the flies I can eat, and my own stool. But there is something. Down the corridor, the sleeping guard. I need you to strangle him. What? Why? Because he called me a pirate. But aren't you a pirate? I am proud of it. But it was the way he said it, like being a pirate's a crime. But isn't it a crime? It is, and I'm not ashamed of it. Then why would you want to kill him? Because he called me a pirate. We're just going in circles now. Aren't you a pirate? Proud of it. Was the way he said it like being a pirate. How far is this circle going to roll? I like the different facial expressions. We're just going around in circles now. Exactly. Exactly! So you'll do it then? I'm not a murderer. Fair enough. Why don't you just steal a bottle of his rot gut for me then, and I'll see if I can't help. An alcohol made from putrescent oleander wood, and something of an acquired taste. Something called rot gut, I would imagine so. Coincidentally, the taste is the first of the 5 senses to be ruined by rot gut's consumption. Not something I'm gonna try. Oh, there's something in here. Green bug. Known colloquially as greenies, these bugs are both plentiful and highly nutritious. Okay, was just curious. Now, earlier we ate the mushroom, so now we know how much that heals. Not sure about the others until we try them. I also noticed that we don't know what time it is. More mushrooms. Do I want to know what this water is? Chamber pot. Florins. Oh yeah, we also acquired some of those earlier. I'm guessing that's money. More mushrooms. There's an icon appearing in the middle of the screen, but it doesn't do anything unless I'm actually highlighting something. It's really dark in here, but I can tell there's a gate there. so no reason to light the way yet. Oh, more green. Tread lightly and try not to wake the guard. First icon, you're only heard. Move slowly to make less noise. Second is you're being seen. Quickly break the line of sight. I'm guessing the outline is the difference. And the icon stays on screen. So if something is happening off screen, I'll notice it. Nothing useful in there. Red bug. That's another new one. Known commonly as red-uns, these bugs are becoming increasingly rare due to their delicious taste. I'm not helping. It's locked, you need the Geomaster key, and a camera was trying to show me, but it kind of freaked out about it. Try sneaking to move more quietly. Hold ZR to sneak. Let's look at the sneaking animation. That is really cute. Even sneaking near him, he is slowly hearing me. Bottle of rotgut. Anything else? Regular bottle. An empty wine bottle, hefty enough to knock out any guard without a helmet, if thrown with precision. Can be used to create a distraction or dislodge an item from its perch. So this is how we shuffle through items to equip. Let's unequip the stick for the moment. I'm not going to use it immediately. Just gonna stuff these in my magic sack that I apparently have. Each of these bottles made a noise when I was picking them up. Glad it didn't wake the guard. Kiba says, lucky no weight limit. Oh, I'm definitely glad for that. That's always annoying. Alright. So these bottles. An empty wine bottle from a vineyard in the foothills of the Serestra Mountains. The bottle shatters when thrown, and even when empty, is heavy enough to knock a full-grown rat unconscious. For how long, I wonder? Okay, if I try to open that, I'm betting it'll wake the guard, so let's not. Really gotta watch that detection meter. I also don't think I want to try closing the door. Might be loud. Yeah, Kiba, that's pretty much as far as I made it during my audio testing. So from here, I don't know what's going to happen. I had already actually met the frog. So what happens if we bring the thing back? Oh, so I'm going to write down your name just in case I need to remember that. Carol, pirate frog. Pusillanimous. Kiba says Kiro, usually a frog name. That's true. It's like the Japanese onomatopoeia for a frog's noise. Kiro. Or Kiro? However you would want to pronounce it. Basically, the Japanese word for croak. So that's kind of clever. What does it mean, this word? So, what? I don't know. I shouldn't think you did. Now, what is it you want, Mousy? I should have looked at what the other options meant. It said, maybe I can actually learn what it is. To lack courage, or to be covered in pustules. Well, that doesn't really answer my question. Here, the bottle you wanted. It's this last one. Good! Now, pop the bottle's neck twixt my lips. With a deft flick of his head, the frog sends the bottle spinning across his cell. It shatters into pieces against the wall. That's not going to attract the guard, will it? Every time that grunt gets soused, I have to put up with his danged snoring. That's that same word, right? Yep. Well, no more. I've done as you asked. Now will you help me? I gave you my word as a pirate. But I suppose I can make an exception. I'll answer a few of your questions. What is it you want? I'm looking for someone. Mira, my wife. Is she a mouse? Aye, have you seen her? Let's see. Perhaps last week? No, that was you. It's not easy to tell you mice apart, with your ears and your tails and your silly hats. There's a footnote for the silly hats. Apparently, a lot. It's called a kolba. A mouse's hat or hood counts among their most prized possessions and is a source of great pride, representing as it does their profession and their social status. Well, we did find that one hat, and it said that a mouse would not be seen without its hat. Well, that's kind of neat. A mouse of any repute is never seen by any creature, save for their spouse, without their kolba. There are, however, notable exceptions, like being dead. It's said, for example, that while occupying the town watchtower in protest against harsh working conditions, the quarrying mice of Hume threw off their hoods, emphasizing to all the seriousness of the matter, whilst at the same time making it difficult for the soldiers of the Red Paw to later identify the culprits. You know, I'm actually going to write down the name of these hats for future reference. They're not silly. Psh. Right then. That's your first question, asked and answered. I'm hoping I get to ask all of these. But just in case, we'll go in order of importance. Do you speak mouse? Only the curse words. Right then. I'll give you 2 more questions. Okay, I get to ask all of them then. What dungeon is this? You're in Dwindling Heights Keep on the shore lake Valia. Tell me more. For centuries, the keep at Dwindling Heights... Dwindling Heights or Dwindling Heights? Has defended the eastern shore of Lake Valia. Though once a fine building, the keep has long since fallen into disrepair. Its greatest enemy no longer marauding ferrets, but instead the acidic waters of the lake, which are slowly eroding the cliff face on which the keep stands. It's for this reason that, among the locals, the fortress has become known as Dwindling Heights. Huh, well, there we go. You'd best get used to it. Right then, you got one question left, Mousy. Best make it count. Conveniently enough, I got one question left. How long have I been here? Let's see. Must have been more than 10 days now since they brought you in. Dead to the world, you were. Right then. That's your lot. Are we all square? Well, I mean, you definitely told me something. I shall go. Farewell. Don't let the door snap your tail. An interesting thought, but also a painful one. You know, this is the first time I've actually taken a good look at you. I just noticed that you got a pig leg. For a frog, I can imagine that being detrimental. I dreamt of the lake last night, and of drowning, and of a mouse, and of drowning a mouse. Please don't. Lake Valia. Valia is a vast inland sea, spanning from Meridia in the east to the distant shores of Saltar. Once dominated by the sleek ships of the Valian frogs, the lake is now policed by the galleons of the Red Paw, for its ports and trade routes are vital to the service of the Rat Empire. The eastern shore of Valia is defended by a chain of fortress keeps, of which Dwindling Heights is but one. Valia's waters are stagnant and acidic, yet home to a myriad of creatures, including the cinder crab and the growler eel. Does it actually growl? Several leagues offshore, a heavy fog enshrouds the lake, a hazard for shipping and a haven for pirates. Legend claims that hidden within lies the mythical island of Periclave, and it is not the only mystery Valia might hold. Ancient texts and lays describe Valia not as a lake, but as an endless plain on which the final battle of the War of the Green Flame took place. The scholars of Keem speculate that the confusion arises from a mistranslation of the original texts, but it is just possible that the truth lies beneath the waters of the lake itself. Oh, Maddie's pointing out that it's Goler, not Growler. And now here you are. Yeah, I definitely should go. You're going? Good. Bye. So what is down here? I need a source of light. Well, before then, I'm gonna look around. Because there's another path that I didn't take. Can I put the bucket in my pocket? No. Just want to admire this carrying animation. Okay, before I accidentally throw this and alert the guard, I'm gonna see what my controls are again. X is throw, Y is drop. Oh! It's something I can stand on. empty basin just became more empty. Oh, another candle. Can I put this up here? I mean, I can't jump. Find a vacant spot to put down this item. Alright. What happens if I just put it here? Don't think that accomplishes anything. I'm a little curious if I'm able to snag the key from the jailer. Yep. Screaming door key. The key to the screaming door. Which door is the screaming door? That would be this door. Alright, progressing. I guess I'm not taking those candles. Oh dear. Hi, I know I'm going to wake you up, but, don't mind me. I'm retreating to a hiding place. Could do a bottle to the face, yeah, but, didn't really think of it first off. Definitely saving them for emergency. Need the jail master key. Alright. So that path eventually leads to somebody. Just real quick, I'm going to, sewer key. Oh, I can investigate the banner. Need the candlestick for that. I don't know what it said just then, but, That's one way to attract some unwanted attention. The banner of the red paw, the symbol of an oppressive regime. If this was a PlayStation, if I were playing this on the PS4, I bet there would be achievements. Likewise, Steam or Xbox. Well, as long as I'm in here. Flooded cell key. I'm getting some slight Metroidvania vibes. Incidentally, something that I've learned whenever I was doing audio testing is closing of the door shuts you out on a certain side depending on which side the door is swinging. So the door is on this side, therefore shutting it, I'm on this side. The door is on this side, I shut it, and therefore I'm on this side. Need to keep that in mind if I'm being chased. If I need to have a door at the ready to duck behind, make sure it's in the correct direction. Keeping that in mind because, what about this? That's another Jailmaster one. Okay, did not alert that guard. Okay, there is a meter, I noticed. The candle had a meter showing how long, basically in the upper left, it was draining the background of the icon. Okay, I'm not going to burn that banner. Or that one. That is quite an attention grabber. And I'm betting if I am seen, that'll make it even more difficult to escape, because they'll know to hunt me down. So is this guy roaming? You didn't see me. So that was a quick save if I press the right analog. Let's see what the save menu looks like. Looks like a save menu. Well, I'm just going to create a hard save right here. And, let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll see if I can't find my way past this guy.